if I'm understanding, that's for houses that are in default that you're if it's not in default, you wouldn't have that at all. It's not a foreclosure.
If it's not in default, I would keep the seller disclosures as is and just notarize it just like that. Yeah. Most of the houses are in default though.
I know.
That we go after.
My specific case.
No, of course, yeah, your neighbor. Yeah, I would just use that other one. It's very seller friendly. Yep. So the California grant deed, when you fill this out, upper left-hand corner is the return address. So whoever's filling it out, or whoever it needs to go to, typically the owner, that's their mailing address. You leave this part blank. This is for the county. This is where they stamp it and put all of their jazz. Parcel number, put it in there. Transfer tax, depends. If the property is over encumbered, transfer tax is 0. You understand that? Over encumbered. They owe more than what the assessed value is. 0 transfer tax. If it's going into a trust, where the original owner of the property is going to be a beneficiary of that trust, which is, I'm going to show you how to do this in a land trust, transfer tax is 0. If it's going into your name and the property value is worth more than what the assessed value is, and there's equity there, you will then have to pay transfer tax. And they will calculate that for you. Just FYI. Most of the properties I do, a sub 2, are over encumbered. Transfer tax is 0. And they give you a code. It's like 1196 is the state code that you have to fill in there, and they'll tell you what it is. The exemption is R&T code. How much is what?
Transfer tax.
Per thousand. It's 100 per thousand.
$100 per.
Or $10 per thousand, something like that. Yeah, it's.
$10 cent.
Yeah, it's like, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Most places, 1%.
Yeah. It's like $300, like $700.
The overall value of the property.
Yeah, so it's like a $300,000 house. You're paying like $300 bucks. Yeah. On top of the recording fees. Recording fees right now, because of the legacy law that was passed, you're paying $75 per deed recorded in any state regardless, because now you're funding the homeless people population. So $75 per deed on top of the $21 or $19, whatever it is on top of it. It did, yeah. It went into effect first of the year. So grantor. Who's the grantor? Grantor is the seller. Grantor owners who are signing the deed, says it right underneath it. That's their name and how they're vested. So you want to go back to the original trust deed or the original grant deed and find out how they're vested. Husband and wife, joint tenants, sole and separate, single man, whatever it is, widow. So it says current form of title. Hereby grants to grantee. Who's grantee? New person. Person buying it. New owners, including current owners, if any, staying on title. And new owners' form of title. So how are they doing it? So if it's going to me, Ryan Nickel, married man. If it's going to my trust, it's going to go into whatever the name of that trust is. Following property, the following real property in the city of, so I'm going to put the city, the county, and then the legal description is going to go right here. If the legal description is too long, I'm going to put C Exhibit A, and then I'm going to have it attached on the back, on another page. Who signs this? Okay, the notary is going to notarize it, but who's the person signing the deed that the notary is going to witness? The grantor. Only the grantor. I didn't know this. So my first property, I'm like, so what do I sign? You guys don't sign the deed. It's being signed over to you. You don't sign accepting it. You're accepting it.
And the upper left-hand corner is you, because you want to give that to you.
That's right, or to my trust. My trustee, yep. I tend to stay off public record as much as possible, so it's going to go right to my trustee. I'm not even on here.
So like if you had an LLC business, you would send it
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Who do you have as your trustee? Like an attorney friend?
Yeah. Out of state. Attorney friend. Unrelated. That's right. Limited power of attorney. Any questions so far? Kind of doing good. All right. So, Pierre, you can go ahead. I have a different one that's I use in all 50 states as well. I can get that to you. This is the California specific one because it goes over a specific probate code. But I have used the universal one in California without any problem. So California real estate power of attorney, the full name, blah, blah, blah. All that information is just pretty much, we understand it's this person. And all you're doing is you're getting the right to sell the real estate. I don't do purchase. I just cross this out. You're not going to be buying real estate on their behalf. So cross that one, X through that one. You're going to be selling their real estate. You're going to be managing their real estate. You're going to... and then I cross out refinance as well because you're not refinancing. I take that back. I do have one person that has given me rights to refinance his house. I have an adjustable rate mortgage on it. He says, Ryan, when you're able, contact the mortgage company and refinance my loan for me so that you can get a better interest rate and start making some more money on that property. I got a power of attorney. He's totally cool with that. I'm like, all right, man. His biggest thing is that if it goes too high, that he's afraid I'm not going to be able to afford it, and that it's going to go.
Why wouldn't you do this all?
Because in order for me to refinance, I have to have someone's credit docs. I have to get his income. I have to get his bank statements. I have to do all of this stuff.
Because they still have to qualify?
Yeah, he still have to qualify. Most of my agreements with these guys is when I have the opportunity, I'm going to refinance it out of your name. With this guy, he's like, I don't care if you do that or not. So that's not my agreement with people. If you want to with your guys, go for it. That's just, for me, that's not the agreement that I have with most of my sellers. Yeah, most sellers are not going to agree to give you permission to refinance their property.
Yeah.
They want out. Most of them want their name off if you had that opportunity. The reason why this is important, twofold. One is so that when you're going to get refund checks, escrow overages at the end of the year. It's going to come in this person's name. How do you cash that? Power of attorney allows you to cash that. Another reason, let's say that I have title given to me directly. I didn't put it in a trust. It's in my name. I now want to, someone's now come to me in my contract for deed person says, hey, I'm actually going to sell this property. I'm getting a job transfer. Title company says, whoa, hey, what's going on here? Ryan, you got a deed that was transferred outside of title. We don't know if that deed transfer was okay or not. Power of attorney, right here. Fine, title company, let's say that it wasn't accurate. I got a power of attorney to sell that property, to write up a new deed if we need to, if you can't accept that one. So that's one of the reasons why I have power of attorney.
And what contracts are you using that on?
My power of attorney?
Yeah.
All sub-twos. All sub-twos.
So that gets rid of any cloudy title issues?
Yep.
As a result of not using an escrow company, let's say, not having that title.
No, I shouldn't say it does not get rid of all title clouds. It gets rid of the.
Not liens and stuff like that.
It gets rid of the question of, whoa,
Yeah.
why do you have a right to this property? Yes. Yep. Land trust.
Wait, does it also get rid of, or does it also resolve if you haven't recorded the deed?
If I haven't.
Somebody else comes in and works with the seller and records a deed, then could you work?
Well, that's fraud on the seller's part.
Just once they give this to you, you're
Good. Technically, you have 21 days to record the deed, to perfect the deed.
Yeah.
If you don't, then someone could come and do something, and now you have a title issue, but you didn't perfect it, so it's a real tricky situation.
perfect meetings have.
Recorded. Yep.
This doesn't resolve that.
No. It's a great argument's sake, Your Honor. I got a power of attorney, and I got the deed here. How did this other person, after the fact, come and get this deed when I already had the deed and a power of attorney from the person who gave it to me? Something is not right here. Either it's the seller that's committed fraud or this buyer, this new person that's come in here, has committed fraud.
So when they sign unlimited power of attorney, does that mean they relinquish their power to sell?
Great question. This doesn't, but the deed does. They can't sell something they don't own anymore.
Right.
Yeah. But this is just you're acting as agent on behalf of them, but they're still functioning as an agent, yeah. But because they no longer own the property, then they can't.